And folks, people talk about, what is this? I saw a Cuban grandmother outside of Mar-a-Lago saying, this is communism, I don't know if it's communism. I think it's corporate cronyism. But whatever it is, whether it's corporatism or communism, the answer to those things is communion. To be a part of the body of Christ, which empowers us to have a narrative to unite together despite differences, despite disagreements about economics, despite income differences, despite gender difference, despite race, whatever it is, we can come together united as a global body when we imitate Jesus, not the false idols on offer in our society, whether it be these fake Hollywood stars or Instagram influencers or politicians or all of the above that we are always imitating consciously and unconsciously. Those paths will lead us towards destruction and stupidity. But if we imitate consciously Jesus, nonviolence, thinking creatively, loving even our enemies, loving even those who take advantage or disrespect us, being stronger than that, not living as a victim, but living as someone who is an overcomer, forgiving people, having mercy to those who are lost in their own darkness. Having that become the narrative that binds us together, that is the narrative that got us the best parts of our society. And that's the narrative that will bring us to even greater heights in the future. Don't listen to the other narratives. Don't listen to these narratives of destruction and violence, wars and taxes and regulations, all these things trying to bind us up and confine us into different groups, hating each other. It's supposed to be hating our gender, hating the way our bodies were made, hating this racial group or that racial group, hating this and that. This is nothing but hate. It's toxic. We have to stay away from it. The answer to communism is communion. This is my body broken for you. Do this in remembrance as often as you gather together. We remember Jesus every time we gather together and partake in his body. We become a collective body of Jesus' nonviolence and beauty and grace, forgiveness. And then we take that story and we spread it and we share it with the life of the world all around us. We share it with those who hate us. And we learn to get rid of our jealousies. We learn to get rid of our envies. We learn to live in shalom. And as we continue to baptize nations across the world in the nonviolent personhood revolution of Jesus, the stone that the builders rejected becomes more and more the cornerstone of the new world order, and that is Jesus ultimately. And every time we see someone taking the form of being persecuted as Jesus, even if they're a grievous sinner, we realize that this is a sign of Jesus' story and that we need to be living in societal functioning more and more like he does. Doesn't mean we're not going to solve every problem in some kind of hand-waving gesture. No, it's a lot of hard work to do community in a peaceful way, but it's the only thing we have available to us, because the old order of sacrificial logic is falling apart, and no system that uses it will continue to exist into the next century and beyond. It's important for us to stop trying to resurrect Satan's dying old playground. It's rusty, it's disgusting, it's filled with monkeypox, it's repulsive. We don't want to be around it. We want to go towards beauty and healing. No more cancer, no more diabetes, no more sicknesses, no more autoimmune disorders, no more poverty. The globalists can't offer that. They've got cockroaches fried in corn oil for you on a stick. Jesus gives you the bread of life. He gives you water to drink that will not cause you to thirst. Everything else will give you salt water. The more you drink it, the thirstier you get, the more dehydrated you become. That's why we have to have that story light a fire in the hearts of the world again. That's why it needs to permeate everything we do. It is the secret weapon that will destroy all these wicked empires. Just like Caesar thought he was going to rule the world eternally, there's a lot of folks in D.C. and other capitals around the world that think they're going to have their rule unchallenged. And Caesar is yesterday's news. Caesar is dead. Jesus is king. That's a new world order. It's Jesus' order. It's Jesus' history. It's his story. I'm David Gornoski. Godspeed.